Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, church. I am back to bring you your recap on Married to Medicine, Season 5, Episode 8, and it is titled Fly Girls and Low Riders. Okay, so now first I want to address Dr. Simone with her patient Henrietta, who is a little person, and you guys know that I do recaps on Little Women of Atlanta, so I definitely love little people. And from watching Little Women of Atlanta, I was able to gain some kind of knowledge as far as what are some likes and dislikes and stereotypes and different words to not use as it pertains to little people. And I was actually cringing when Dr. Simone said that she doesn't mind and loves working with patients who are different. And I don't know if little people feel comfortable with being called different, because I think they're wanting to be acknowledged that they are just like average height people. And speaking about the term average height, I was also cringing and giving Dr. Simone the side eye when she was addressing if Henrietta could have children, and she was saying little people can have children with a normal sized person, and they can have a normal sized child, and two little people can have a normal sized child. And I was just, oh my gosh, I was just like, why does she keep saying normal? Because normal to me is a very offensive word, because it would suggest that little people are abnormal or not normal versus just saying average height people. So I do know from watching Little Women that they do prefer to use the term average height opposed to normal, because the reality is what is technically considered normal. Next, we had Heavenly and Quad catch up, because if you guys remember last week at Mariah's Mother's Day brunch or luncheon, Quad was not able to attend because of her going away for her birthday, but I gagged and was cracking up when Heavenly said we went from the Lucifer room in New Orleans to hell at Mariah's house, my God. Now, when Mariah and her mom, Lucy, were catching up in the same, I guess, playback scene as Heavenly and Quad, I was a tad bit thrown off by Lucy's lie to Mariah, claiming that she only told Heavenly that she needed to give her time to be able to forgive her, when bitch, what you really said was that it would not be godly for you to forgive her. So y'all know I can't stand Lucy's ass. I can't stand her. I can't even call her mom or Mother Lucy, because that lady just has so much evil in her, my God. And then when she said that she came out at the Mother's Day brunch and looking like the sun, no honey, you came out like a cloud of darkness and evilness, my God, okay? Now, Contessa's 90s themed party, which I thought was a great idea. It was technically an apology party to all of the other ladies for Miss Renee's behavior at Mariah's event. And I don't know what Miss Renee is going through, but something is really happening, because I don't believe she acts like this when she's in the privacy of Contessa and her husband, because who would be okay with being disrespected? Even if someone is your elder, the reality of it is she is their nanny and she's being paid and she's an employee. So Miss Renee began to act up again, my God, and it's annoying because it's no longer funny. She is totally at the disrespectful level, because all Contessa did was ask her to feed the children, which is a part of her job description, my God. And for her to get an attitude and to curse and to throw something at Contessa, then walk off and say, you can fire me, bitch, then you need to be fired, because that is so out of line, to the point where even Contessa's husband said, wait, she never acts like this. Usually she's normally joking, but this seems very serious. And when Contessa said, I think I no longer have a nanny, you damn right, Contessa. You better not let that lady come back to your house and take care of your kids ever again, because she totally crossed the line, especially when Miss Renee said, oh, I don't like your attitude. The only person that had a damn attitude was Renee's ass. Now, the funny thing though was when Quad arrived, and first and foremost, Quad's body is sickening. She is a sickening chocolate black woman. Her outfit, I don't think was 90s theme at all, my God, but she looked sickening in it. Her skin looked gorgeous. Her ass was everything, my God. And when Contessa was, you know, giving Quad the update on what happened with Miss Renee right before the ladies arrived, Quad said, well, honey, are you actually paying her or are you doing Groupons with her? Because this does not sound like behavior from someone who is being compensated. Heavenly showed up and I loved her outfit. When I tell you she looked just like Peppa, that was a spot on. I feel like my best dressed outfit of the night for the 90s party at Contessa's house was definitely Heavenly with that salt and pepper costume, my God. Now Mariah, I was a tad bit thrown off because she wore this red dress with a red rose with blonde hair, giving me Carmen tease, my God. But is Carmen a 90s thing? Is that a 90s theme? We also saw that at Contessa's party, everything seemed to be going great, especially with all of the ladies present. Even Heavenly and Simone made up. I thought it was so interesting and cool for the husband to be present and for Heavenly's husband to speak on her behalf. It was just a great moment as a couple-to-couple situation, and I knew that they were going to get over it. So I feel like their beef and even Heavenly holding on to that was just for TV's sake, my God. Okay, so Dr. Simone bringing up the issue from Mariah's party with Mariah shading Heavenly. I was thrown off because I don't really see Dr. Simone dropping bombs like that, and this fiasco that happened at Contessa's home was definitely the fault of Dr. Simone for bringing it up. But it was weird because Mariah was assuming that Contessa was shading her for saying that, you know, we don't do the bougie party thing. But I don't think that Contessa was shading Mariah specifically, nor her event. It was, I guess, the community as a whole for let's just have something that's chill, relaxed, laid back, and fun, and not so stuffy. So I don't think that Contessa was taking a direct jab at Mariah, but Mariah assumed so. But I don't know how Dr. Simone correlated Mariah's comment to her needing to bring up what happened at Mariah's party. And it was very true, though, when Dr. Simone said, everyone feels like you were shading Heavenly. And the reality of it is you gave Toya an award, but the message was directed at Heavenly. And it truly was, because bringing up the fact that Toya has never said anything negatively about Mariah's mom didn't go along with giving her an award for being a housewife, because the reality of it is, regardless of what anybody has said about your mom, Toya has had a physical altercation with you, my God. So when Dr. Simone called everyone together to publicly address what happened, I do agree. I think that everyone did think that Mariah was shading Heavenly. And it threw me off when it escalated so quickly, because Heavenly was a tad bit wrong, because she was the first one to call someone out of their name. She called Mariah a liar. Then Mariah said, you're a liar. And baby, when Heavenly was about to say, your mother is a liar too, and she had to pull it together, I said, Heavenly, you just apologized to Lucy. But the reality of it is, Lucy did not even accept Heavenly's apology. So I think Heavenly was already over it, child, but everybody cringed because Heavenly resorted back to her old ways after just addressing how she is working on being a changed woman to Simone. So it was crazy, and I don't think that Heavenly intentionally talks about someone's mom. I think your mama jokes or your mama comments are her go-to, and had it been anyone else, she would have said your mama. That's why I think Heavenly caught herself and was trying to pull those words back, but everybody knew that she was about to go in on Mariah's mom. Now, what threw me off was when Mariah said that nobody had sympathy or empathy for my mom, but everybody has empathy or sympathy for thinking that I shaded Heavenly. And baby, when Heavenly said, your mama hit a bitch upside the head with a purse, I was like, Heavenly! Oh my gosh, this is going from bad to worse. But the thing about it is, Heavenly is messy and a lot, but a lot of times she be hitting the stuff on the head, my God. She says the wrong stuff, but she's saying the right stuff at the same time, my God. Then Mariah's only clapback was, but it wasn't your head. Well, that still don't make it right, Mariah. Like, I can't stand Mariah, but I do understand her wanting to defend her mother because, baby, they were ready to fight. Mariah was ready to pounce on Heavenly, and rightfully so, but it's just hard because I don't believe that Heavenly's intention was to really attack Lucy. It was more so to get under Mariah's skin and to clap back. But Heavenly did kind of take it there with calling Mariah a liar first. But then I'm not even going to blame Heavenly. I'm going to blame Dr. Simone's ass for bringing this subject and topic up at this darn backyard mansion barbecue, my God. But I was annoyed when Mariah decided to tell Heavenly's husband to come get your wife. Don't bring the husbands in this because they tried their best to stay out of female drama. So why would you try to make him a part of it, especially when your own husband is not present? Because we already know, Mariah, that your husband likes to jump in the female beef, my God. Now, the Dr. Jackie Curtis meetup, it was so tense. I actually began to cry as soon as they sat down in the home because you could see the guilt all over Curtis. And it's hard to see a marriage going through something like this because Dr. Jackie is really hurt. And Curtis did state that he was sending the gifts to just let Dr. Jackie know that he was thinking about her. It was not to try to make up for what he did because he knows that gifts will not change what he did. But when Dr. Jackie said, well, what is going to fix humiliation? Like, this is just so difficult. This is just so sad and hard. I do feel like that Curtis was being sincere, but it's always hard to be open to somebody when they're being sincere after they have been exposed. And I think that's where Dr. Jackie is right now. That's why she was so cold to him, because she didn't give him a kiss, a hug, a greeting. It was just very dry and stoic, but I understand how she feels. But when Curtis tried to state that they both were going through something at this time, I said, wait, Curtis, please don't mess up this apology that you're giving and ownership, because Curtis did say he takes the full blame. Don't mess it up by saying that, because you should not be able to compare what you're going through to what your wife is going through, because you were the one that did her wrong. So I don't know. I do respect Dr. Jackie feeling like that she needs to only meet with Curtis privately in their home for a while and not be seen publicly, because I know she doesn't want the public to feel like she just accepts anything from him. But I feel like they're going to get back on track with time, but I still don't want Dr. Jackie to compromise what she really wants, especially if it's adopting children, if Curtis is not going to be okay with that. I feel like that's a hard pill to swallow. And them even moving forward without Curtis making a compromise on that would still put Dr. Jackie back into the same position she was before, with feeling a lack of something, and that is a lack of motherhood. And I just really felt for Dr. Jackie when she said, out of all of the things that she's experienced with the loss of her father, cancer, this is the worst feeling ever. And I get that, because betrayal from your husband and then it being a public thing as well, it's difficult. It's something hard to process, because you're battling with your mind saying, don't forgive, don't give him another chance, and your heart is like, but I still love him. Last but not least, I have to address what happened earlier in this episode with Cecil talking to Dr. G while Quad was talking to her friend Emily. And baby, when Emily said, I don't have one of those badonkadonks, I was like, girl, bye. But I really wanted to address this particular scene and scenario because Cecil was giving great advice to Dr. G, especially when he broke it down with how extra and excited Dr. G responds, or would respond, to Quad saying that she is not getting enough emotional support from him. I love seeing Cecil in this light, But it exposed something about Cecil when he said that he took a large sum of money to start his app and did not tell Dr. Simone. So that does make me give him a side eye, because it's like, okay, so you are doing some things that we don't know about that could be an issue for Dr. Simone. But that's about it, guys, for this episode. I also wanted to say Dr. Jackie revealed the photos for her foundation and her lookbook, and she looked gorgeous. It was her lookbook and foundation of photos of women who have survived cancer and those who know people or are supporting women who have survived from cancer. So please follow me on all social media outlets. Thumbs up this video, comment down below in the comment section, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications, and thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.